Oh, were we recording? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's still morning. 11:08
That's
here at the
morning.
Pioneer. Yeah, but it's like so close to noon.
Yeah, it's on the edge.
So, question. So, at what point does it go from morning to afternoon? At 12:01, is it now considered? Would you call that the afternoon?
Technically, yeah.
Like, would you like if like at 12:01, would you say good afternoon? At 12:01, it still kind of feels like morning, but
Okay.
it's technically afternoon.
For
Huh?
for me, it's different because my schedule is so fucked up that if I like wake up at 4 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I'll like walk in the gas station and be like, "Good morning,
Morning.
man." Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah, you're like you're like a grave shift
Yeah.
worker guy. I've always wondered that.
I prefer the term nocturnal individual.
Kind of fucking weird, but a lot of people that work like grave shifts and stuff like that,
Are weird.
fucking weird. When I used to do like work construction, any of the graveyard shift guys, wherever out, like there's a few times we had to work like in the middle of like a big busy road, so they could only get it shut down like late at night or something like that. So I'd have to work a few times. I don't know how the fuck people do that, and I could see those and like other guys that were out there that was like their thing, working that late. Like, a lot of them were fucking weird. They're like, okay, you make sense. You're like kind of like open.
Well, they usually have at least an 8-ball of coke in them.
I would have at least that too. Anyway, but yeah, fitness stuff. We're gonna do back day today. So same sort of deal. So probably I like warming up with over the pullovers. We have the Nautilus pullover machine in here. That's really nice, really old school machine. Probably going to some sort of barbell row, some sort of rowing movement. Once again, probably one of the heavier lifts. So dumbbell, barbell. I really like the Smith machine. I don't know. We'll fuck around and do it. That's why you cut that part out. That's why you're here. That's why you're the editor. Cut out all the bullshit.
So we just cut out the last 7 minutes.
Basically. I mean, unless the people want it. Bro.
I'll keep whatever in you want in.
Oh, dude, whatever. If it looks good, if it sounds good, if I say something cool, great. If I say something stupid, any of the ists,
Yeah, keep those in.
depends on the severity, man. There's a degree there, right? You gotta be careful.
You gotta buckle up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the most PC guy, but I don't want to hurt everybody's feelings. Just certain people, yeah.
Like cyclists?
Cyclists?
Yes.
I mean, what's wrong with cyclists?
They take up the whole road?
Oh yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, just the ones that take up the road. Oh, these feel good today. We're gonna have a good day. I think it was the 11/11.
Yeah.
Gave us good luck.
I think that's what it was.
God bless the astrology chicks. This has been my opening exercise for every back day for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I've grown to love it quite a bit. It's weird in the beginning. It's almost like you can't get a connection, but you just have to do it over and over. Like that was my thing. I didn't do it for a long time because I just couldn't feel it. But then like today, I feel it like a fucking amazing lighting up my lats. That probably feels better than it ever has, actually. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I'm not gonna argue it. It definitely feels.
Caffeine.
Caffeine actually might be fucking helping. I feel good today. I'm starting to feel a little bit more resensitized to the stimulants after. I haven't really cold turkey, but I almost cold turkey, going from 1,000, 1,200 to like 1 to 200 every few days. So, but I think cold plunges has definitely helped, and I think that's helped to resensitize things. And also, like just doing that helps me with my overall energy. Like I really don't need caffeine at all anymore. To where it was such a crutch.
Yeah.
That was such a problem. It was becoming such a fucking crutch. And that it wasn't even doing anything to me anymore. It was just, it was like a drug.
It really is,
You're
yeah.
you're chasing the dragon. You're just trying to get back to like a baseline, right?
Hamster wheel.
Exactly. You're just on a hamster wheel and just trying to just maintain that. And so days like today, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll fucking have a coffee. Maybe boost me up a little bit for the workout. All right, feel good, nice and warm. So I think what we'll do is we'll go over there, do some rows. We'll do it on the Smith machine. I like the strict plane of that. Helps my lower back. I can keep it under better control. I can stay locked in a lot better. I can really engage and target my lats lower lats, all the way into the insertions into the spine. So the guy's parked on the Smith machine, so I won't kick him off. We'll do some dumbbell rows, which not all bad. So see how heavy we can go today. Just play around with it, warm up. He like one warm up set with the hundreds, and then let's see what happens. I feel good today. So
Doing my bench max as a row warm up.
steroids help. This morning I just went and got some pancakes before I came here. My girl wanted to go get breakfast, so we went to Pancake House. I just got pancakes. I didn't want to get any like protein or fats or whatever, just to be sitting in my stomach because it was like an hour before I got here. So I just wanted just some pancakes, digest really quick, get some carbs. And the guy's like, "Oh, no eggs or sausage or any protein for you?" I'm like, "Nah, steroids work just fine." Not really. I said that to my girlfriend after he walked away, but I was in my head. I'm like that. I'm so tempted to like say like smart ass shit like that to people. It's like, no, steroids are good. There was one story.
So we.
What was it? It was like Costa Vida one day. It was fucking annoying. It was you get a lot of comments, like, being a bigger guy, people just make like big guy comments and stuff like that. Like this kid had to be like 15, and I'm like asking for a burrito or whatever. And they got Costa Vida or Cafe Real, one or two, where they're like putting the stuff on. He's like, "What else you want on here?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, just whatever, this and that, da da da." He's like, "You want me to sprinkle some extra creatine on there for some gains?" And I was like, "No, bro, I just take steroids. That's all I need." The guy was like, "Okay." And it was just like, and he didn't know what to say because he was not expecting that. So it's like, I love saying that sometimes just to throw people off. Just
It's funny.
because it's just like, because sometimes I'm just like, I'm not in the mood for this. Can I just be a regular human being buying a burrito right now?
Yeah.
Can I just get some fucking pancakes, bro, with the extra commentary? What would be the discrimination against jacked guys?
That's a real thing.
Bodybuilderism?
I think that's real.
Broism?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah, because I mean, you'll get treated differently. Like you'll get like fitness shaming. It's a thing. It's not like a terrible thing. It doesn't like hurt my feelings. But like sometimes I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Just let me. I could be in a gas station and people will be like, "Hey, bro, how much protein or how much you bench?" Dude, I'm getting some gummy worms right now. Look, do I look like I want to talk about this? I got a pizza from Flying J. Like, you think I fucking want? I got one of the worst foods in the world. You don't want to talk about this shit right now? I might not even go above that. I might go a little bit heavier, but that honestly feels perfect. Everything feels like it's firing really well today. Better than it has in like a long time. There's a reason why gas stations are like a hot spot for just easy things to pop off, right? So if you're a girl or something like that, guys will hit on you a lot of gas stations. If you're like a bodybuilder, people will say shit. Gas stations. I've been a trucker, so I've been to many truck stops and gas stations in my life. And I think the thing is, gas stations are just an easy place where you're crossing with certain people. You're only going to be there for a very limited amount of time. Yeah, you're passing each other so quickly that it's like there's very little repercussions if you get like rejected by a chick, or if you say some dumb shit to somebody. Like, you're never going to see this person ever again in your life. So it's very low cost if you.
That's so true.
So it's high risk, high reward, low cost if you fail, right? So like gas stations are just an easy. If you want to shoot your shot, or say some shit to somebody.
Rob somebody,
yeah, easy, cool.
Whatever you want to do.
Dude, yeah, why? Because it's very...
Gas station.
Because there's a million of them too. So if you fuck up, like if something crazy happens at one gas station, bro, there's one over here, one over here, one over here, one over here.
Airports without security. Like,
yeah, you can, so
it's lawless.
Gas stations are a lawless place. So that's why you have shootings, robberies, people fucking hassling other people, like
people fucking other people.
Yeah. So it's like, be wary of gas stations. That's the message for the day. Be careful at the gas stations. That was good.
I bet that was nice.
Oh, that was nice. That felt perfect. Fucking perfect. I mean, 110 pounds. It's a good amount of weight, but for me, it's relatively light, but that was perfect. Not even going to touch anything higher.
It's a weight of like your average hoe.
120-ish.
Yeah.
I like them a little bit thicker. I mean, it depends on height too.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
So, I mean, average, honestly for me, probably like 140, but also height.
It's got to be the right ratio.
Yeah, you have to have a good balance, but
yeah.
I mean, I like them a little.
5'1", 100 pounds.
Yeah. Well, my taste has gotten different the more jacked I've gotten.
Yes, same.
Yeah, so.
Let's see, as I've gotten more jacked, it's gotten smaller and smaller.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite, man. They've gone up together.
Okay, right? See, like, I'm all for fit and swole bitches, but, like, since I've been around the bodybuilding game a while, it's got to be like still 5'1", small, but
Right.
toned, ripped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't have a bitch with bigger quads than me.
Yeah,
That's what I can't do.
yeah.
And there's a lot
I mean,
of them.
there's a lot. I mean, I definitely have preference for. I mean, at least in shape. Like
In shape for sure.
it's from in shape to pretty jacked. Like probably more jacked than like the average person would want,
Yeah.
but not as jacked as me.
Yeah. Well,
So-
you could get away with it because you're way more jacked.
Yeah, but it's all but it's like it's followed. So it's like when I was skinny,
Yeah.
I was going for skinny chicks. I always liked thick thighs and stuff like that. Thick thighs, big bucks. I think that's just a guy thing anyway. But now it's like, well, it's thick in a different way, like more muscle, right?
Yeah.
And there's very few like super muscular, like, I mean, I put them into like categories, right? Of like very few like women's physique, or there's really no like women's bodybuilders that I'm like, oh damn.
I'm
But
throwing the towel in. I'm out.
yeah, I mean, up to like women's like figure, like those competitors, they still got a pretty good amount of muscle, but they're not. They're right. That's
There's
about
very few of
yeah. See, for you, but it's like I said, the bigger that I get, the more, I don't know, it's this weird thing because I think as we get bigger, the amount of muscle that we have on us becomes normalized. So when we see anybody with the same or a little bit less, it doesn't look the same
Yeah.
as to like, you know, so like you and me, where, how much do you weigh? Like 180, 170?
165.
Oh, okay. I'll see.
Dude, appreciate that.
Dude,
Thank
yeah. Well, see, I'm like almost 240. So, you know, I've got what, about 80-ish pounds on you. So I could look at a girl.
you. Way differently.
Yeah. So it's just, it scales up.
Yeah, it
right?
does, 100%.
So if you put on another 30 pounds, I bet you your attraction to certain women's physiques would change along with that.
See,
I guarantee
I
you, bro.
disagree.
promise
I
you.
disagree.
I mean, it's
Because
hypothetical, but
even the more like as I've gotten in, like I'm not obviously on the same level, but it's progressively gone down. It's progressively.
that's
lower.
interesting. You're probably the first person, but it's like, yeah, if I look at like any of my bigger bodybuilder friends, it's always scaled up with us. But I think it's just a perception thing. Of like,
It is.
like I look at myself and I see me and I'm like, okay, this is normal.
Yeah, you
just
look
everybody
average.
else is,
You look
yeah,
average
I'm
to me.
average.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just smaller, right? So not that I look at it as like one's better than the other or anything like that. But
It's just your baseline.
yeah, you're just, mind plays tricks on you, right? Your body is like, your brain is an adaptation machine. So whatever information you're feeding it, whether it's visual or information or anything, whatever you're feeding it, your brain and mind's gonna adapt to it. So I look at myself, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is normal. Or actually, I'm kind of looking a little small today. But to other people, they're like, what are you even talking about? It makes no sense. So the muscle dysmorphia is real, but also in the other sense to where it also affects your perception of other people.
Yeah.
Not that I look at everybody, but like, he's small, she's small, he's fat, shoot. Maybe in a very small way.
You can't help it. It's just how your perception has changed.
It's more of like on a subconscious level,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I don't like outwardly really think about it too much, but going back to the attraction thing to the opposite sex is where I'm looking at myself now. This is normal, and so if I want somebody that's at least within range, right?
quote normal on the female scale to you. It's
Exactly. It's also scaled up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really weird because like some girls I look at now, I'm like, oh, look at those fucking delts. Look at those arms. 10 years ago when I was 130 pounds, dude, there's no fucking way I would look at the same like types of women now that I'd be like, what the fuck? Like if I could meet myself from 10 years ago and we could sit down and have a conversation, it'd probably be the most interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Because old me would be like, or younger me would be like,
what the fuck are you doing?
what are you doing, dude? Stop this right now.
I was at.
That was it for pretty good volume back day. That was actually, even though the structure got thrown off a little bit, I feel really good about that. That's probably one of the better back days that I've had in a while. Didn't go super heavy today. Maybe next week we'll pull a little bit lower rep range, heavier weight, like shoot for the 6 to 8 rep range next week. This was a lot more volume, higher rep range. Just kind of feeling my way through, but felt effective. What was that, 5, 6 exercises? High amount of volume, more than I probably regularly would do, but I mean, I felt good today. Can you think of anything else? I'm bad at these.
At least everybody knows like our type of girls now.
Yeah. I mean, just, I think for everybody, well, you got some people that are weird, but I think it's,
There's some people that are weird.
yeah, like you have some like really, have you ever seen like, it's like really skinny dudes that are into like huge chicks, like crushing them?
I mean, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's like a weird fetish of like guys getting crushed, which kind of get it, but like kind of not to that extent. But I've seen like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a pattern. It's like really small dudes want like really big chicks. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing a small portion of that, but in my case, and I think it goes for probably most people or most guys, at least in bodybuilding, it's like you want them jacked, but not as jacked as you, right? So it's just a little bit further down the scale. So if you're like this jacked, you want a chick that's probably at least in good shape, fair amount of jackness relative to you, right? This kind of just running theory.
And then if you're like C-bum level, you won't miss Olympia like he has.
Probably, yeah. Well, but she was like a bikini Olympia, so
But she was still Miss Olympia.
yeah, but that's
She was the top
very-
of her game.
But that's very different because if you look at her next to like a true Miss Olympia, like she was like Miss Bikini. You look at Miss Olympia, bro, those chicks are like stupid huge. So once again, I don't know.
Preference.
It's really his preference. At the end of the day, it kind of varies. But at the very least, like you're not going to be a super jacked dude into like fat chicks.
No. Majority of the time.
Majority of the time. There's always exceptions, right? Yeah, there are obvious exceptions to the rule. But I mean, should we just sit down and do a podcast about this one topic?
Dude, I'm down. I could talk about this for a long time.
It's
but
interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, it's human psychology. So it's like
It is.
And I'm always super interested in like human behavior anyway. And so those sort of patterns are interesting. But like I said, like for me, my preference in women has drastically changed. Drastically, I mean, it depends on what you consider drastic. Before, yeah, like a chick wouldn't even have to be like going to the gym and be like, oh yeah, she's hot, she's slim, just like not fat, right? Which sounds.
I mean, I can still rock with that, but like, it's a red flag if
Yeah.
she doesn't go to the gym at all.
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
if
wanna-
they're not taking care, like even if
Yeah.
she's a runner, like whatever it is, gotta be like taking care of herself. You know?
And I wonder if that's like the thing is like not even like a physical trait. It's just like you know that this person is like actively taking care of themselves.
Yeah, they're not dissolving.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
But
got an idea. We close the video and we continue this conversation.
okay. I mean, that's all I got for today. Until next time. I'll think of some more topics to come up next time.
Yeah,
But anyway, we're out. Fuck. I still haven't thought of like a tagline.
we'll figure it out.
To be continued.
Perfect.
Do your training. Take your drugs. Eat your food. That's the one.